So the first thing that I'm going to do is draw a horizontal line on the top here, and this is going to be my starting point, and also I'll label it as my shoulder line. So I'm just going to label this as my shoulder line. Then next I'm going to find my neck width measurement by placing the measuring tape around my neck and divide by 4. So my neck width measurement is 3.5 inches. I'm going to mark it right here with my measuring tape on my shoulder line. Then next I'm going to mark my neck depth measurement by placing the measuring tape from the shoulder line down by 4 inches. So there's no specific measurement for the neck depth. Then next I'm going to connect my neck width to my neck depth. So for the neck depth, you can determine how deep you want your neckline to be. If you want it lower or higher, it's up to you. Next, I'm going to find my shoulder measurements by placing the measuring tape from one tip of the shoulder to the other. So I'm going to mark it right here, and my shoulder measurement is 8 inches. Then on my shoulder measurement, I'm going to go down by 1 inch and make my shoulder slope. Then I'll connect my shoulder slope to my neck width line. So next I'm going to find my armhole measurements by placing the measuring tape around my armhole, then divide by 2. So I'm just going to mark my armhole by coming down vertically. So my armhole divide by 2 is 8 inches. Then I'm going to connect the points with a vertical line. Then I'm going to extend this line outwards. Then next I'm going to find the midpoint of my armhole, placing the measuring tape and find the midpoint. Then right on the midpoint, I'm going to go inwards by half an inch. This is going to help me to curve my armhole to make my front and back armhole. So I'm just going to connect the points and shape my armhole. So if you love this video, guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Next I'm going to find my shoulder to bust measurements by placing the measuring tape from my shoulder tip down to my bust. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line. And I'll label this as my bust. Next I'm going to find my shoulder to waist measurement by placing the measuring tape from my shoulder down to my waist. Then I'm going to draw a horizontal line. And I'll label this as my waist. So next I'll find my shoulder to hip measurements by placing the measuring tape from my tip of the shoulder down to my hip. So my shoulder to hip is 24 inches. I'm going to draw a horizontal line across. I'll label this as my hip. Next I'll find my shoulder to the full length of my dress. So I want this dress to be short. If you want it long, you can go longer. So I'm going to label this as my full length. If you want it maxi long, you can go all the way up to your ankle. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line across. Then next I'm going to find my bust circumference divide by 4. I'll place the measuring tape right there and mark my bust circumference divide by 4. Then I'm going to find my waist circumference divide by 4. And next I'm going to find my hip circumference divide by 4. The next I'm going to find on my full length, since this is a pencil dress, I'll get whatever measurement I found on my hip, I'll subtract 2. So my hip circumference divide by 4 minus 2 is going to give me 9. Okay, so my hip circumference divided by 4 was 11 minus 2 is going to give me 9. I'm going to mark 9 over here to make the pencil. So basically to pencil you have to subtract some 2 inches or 1.5 from your hip measurements. Next I'm just going to connect and shape my dress. So if you like this video guys, make sure you subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Okay, so this is how you easily shape your dress. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more.